We wanted to bring you a video today about just the newbie necessaries. Sometimes when you go to these dealerships and you're new and you're just wanting to get into this RV life thing, they want to sell you everything under the sun. It is not necessary to buy everything, and we want to kind of like give you some necessary equipment or essential equipment that would help you get started.
Exactly. What do I have to get out and enjoy camping?
Yep.
All right, so the first category is going to be electrical. This is really simple. You're probably going to get a cable when you buy your rig, whether it's a 30 amp or 50 amp. It will probably come with a cable. Make sure it does. You should not have to buy that. Second, how do I protect my rig? Well, whether you have a 30 amp or 50 amp rig, you're going to buy a 30 amp or 50 amp EMS, some sort of surge protector.
And we do have both.
We happen to have both. You don't need both. If you have a 50 amp, you can get some dog bones. Put this into the or 30 amp to 50 amp. So if you have a 30 amp pedestal with a 50 amp rig, get a 30 amp dog bone that goes to a 50 amp, then this will plug in. You're fine.
Yeah.
So if you're, and vice versa, if you only have a 30 amp rig and you're at a place that is 50 amp only, get the 50 to 30, you'll be fine. And we had this last one here with our last rig. It was 30 amp rig, so we just kept it. And then now we have a 50 amp rig, we have the 50 amp as well.
So we're going to move on to the next category.
Part two is leveling. What do you need? I mean, must have to level your rig. Because a lot of these rigs have gas electric fridges, and the fridge won't work if you're unlevel.
So the very first thing, and especially for my job, is the wheel chalk. These came from Harbor Freight. They're very inexpensive. You can use wood if you want. We prefer these. They're very easy to pack away and they're very little. Yep. So the next thing we want to hit on is
actually leveling the rig side to side or front to back if you have a travel trailer or a fifth wheel that does not have auto level. So first and foremost, these are the easiest to find. These little 1-inch blocks that stack like a Lego. You can either drive up on them on your wheel, say you need two, you would drive up on them, level one side of your rig. Then you can put them under your tongue jack. You can put them under your other jacks around your rig.
Leveling.
To just help keep them off the ground. They work great. They come in a bag of 10.
So the last thing that we use to level our rig, and this is just if like it's off side to side, is we bought these Anderson blocks.
Yeah, I really enjoy these. You can get this rubber, little rubber mat you put down if you're on gravel or something where this would slide when you're trying to drive on it. And literally, you put it under a tire and it rolls, and it comes with its own little wheel chalk. And you can
your tires.
Chalk it there, and now you got a safe, level camper.
This goes from 1 inch to 4 inches.
Yep.
So you can raise your camper all the way up to 4 inches.
Yes. Now we're not saying that you have to have both of these, but we're saying you have to have something. If you just want to use 2x4s, 2x6s to put under your tires, lift them up, that's fine. You need something.
Yeah.
These are just much easier to store versus a 8-foot 2x6.
Yeah.
We really like these products.
We do.
To level our rig, and leveling is important.
Yes.
And finally, water. That's the next category. What do I need for my rig to get water and to evacuate my tanks?
The nice thing about this is we are camping in a place that we are not hooked up to water, so you get to see it this way. We actually have a zero hose. We love this hose. It's so flexible, it rolls up nice and tight.
It won't kink. It's 50 foot long. And so this is just built to help run water from your camper to your camper.
Yep. And you do want a separate hose for your black tank flush, which we're not really showing that, but you do want a separate hose in case you have like a poopsie situation.
Yeah, you don't want a poopsie.
Yeah, you don't want to cross-contaminate this hose with the other hose.
All right, so the next thing, you've got your hose now. You're going to need some way to regulate the water pressure coming from the campground. Not all campgrounds are guaranteed to give you the right pressure for your rig, and most rigs will handle 40 psi, but all rigs are different, so know your situation. But just something like this, it regulates the pressure of the water. All right, so now we went through what we need to fill our tanks or run water into our camper. What do we need to get that water out of the camper? So the first thing I use is 45-degree elbow like this. It's clear, so I can, when I'm doing my black tank flush, I can see when the clean water is coming out, then I know I'm done. Not a necessity though, but it is very nice to have. From there, you're going to attach a stinky slinky. We did not want to get that out and put it on camera. You at least need one that'll stretch out to maybe 20 foot, 15, 20 foot, but I would suggest two. So you can reach your sewer no matter how far away it is. Lastly, to hook that up to your sewer, you're going to need something like this. This goes down in your sewer pipe. This actually helps you tighten it. Doesn't have to be this one, but sewer pipe hooks up here and it drains into your sewer itself.
Anyways, we hope that you like this video. We wanted to encourage you that when you do go into these dealerships and you start buying the things you need, that you just look at these necessities, and then down the road you will start adding things that are kind of like just bonuses that makes your life
things that make it a little more
absolutely
easy to camp and enjoyable.
Yeah.
So if you have something you think is a necessity, go ahead and put it in the comment below, and we'd love to hear what that is, because maybe we need it and we just haven't figured it out. But
we do have these all linked in our Amazon. Just put the links below if you guys want to jump on there.
We hope you enjoyed this. Hope you get out there camping. You don't spend a ton of money to just get started. Get out there, because there's no wrong way to camp. Happy glamping.